Second place, third in Serie A. Inter host Juventus in the Derby d'Italia. It's only round 9. It won't be crucial, Manuel Pascali. Dumfries. Barella looking for Pavard. It's perfectly weighted. Pavard. Danilo stretched. And it's a penalty. Danilo caught Marcus Thuram. A wag of the finger from Cambiaso.
Go first, you can see Danilo immediately realized that's a penalty.
Big pressure on this. Zielinski scores! He's stepped into Çalhanoğlu's shoes this evening, and he is buried from the spot, just as Çalhanoğlu tends to do.
1-0 here in the Derby d'Italia. Safer in central. Opposite Di Gregorio picks a corner, and you cannot save those.
McKennie waits in the box with Vlahovic. Cambiaso, that's a good ball. Juan Cabal, McKennie calling for it. Here is Wes McKennie for Vlahovic! How good is that goal? He has his goal at San Siro.
Look, McKennie. Bastoni is worried about Vlahovic, so he leaves McKennie completely unmarked. Fabulous ball to Cabal, from Cabal to McKennie to Vlahovic, and from there he doesn't miss.
Thiago Motta getting the best out of Dusan Vlahovic. He didn't get service in the Champions League. He's been teed up there all right by McKennie. And it comes from Zielinski. Thuram got there. Here's Dumfries. Di Gregorio claws it away. Bastoni! It's off target. And there was a foul, I think, on Di Gregorio prior to that.
And McKennie stays with Mkhitaryan because obviously they've got more legs.
Danilo won it fairly off Lautaro Martinez. Lots of black and white shirts forward here. Cambiaso for Conceição. Still Conceição, he's dropped the shoulder and put in by Tim Weah. Juventus have turned this game around in the first half.
The amount of Juventus players attacking the boxes. Look, completely unmarked. De Vrij again. Look, you need to stay in your position. You cannot go and gamble and go for the back pass. You have to stay and cover the ball in between your goalie and the opponents, and Weah score a sitter.
It's beginning to wane. There's talk of him moving to Saudi Arabia in January. Here he finds McKennie. Again, Juventus come forward with purpose. Andrea Cambiaso. Now it's Conceição. Conceição pushed behind by Sommer. Zielinski. Pavard finds Mkhitaryan. Thuram. Mkhitaryan. That's such a good goal from Inter. The quality on show tonight. It's Henrik Mkhitaryan.
Huge Inter fans are absolutely on the moon. Look here, terrific football by Inter, but what a game we are watching, Patrick. We said it so many times, the quality in Serie A now is so high. And forget about how boring were the big match in Italy. This is a completely new era.
And here go Inter pursuing a lead once again. Thuram. It's run the way of Dumfries, who used his hand, but there's another penalty to Inter.
It's no offside because the ball has been touched by a Juventus player. Yes, probably Dumfries touched the ball with his hand, but first there is a thing. Yes, that's a penalty.
Can Zielinski do it again? He can. Di Gregorio frustrated because he went close. Di Gregorio came very close to keeping it out, but Zielinski had enough pace on the effort to negate the fingertips of the Juventus goalkeeper. They've gone from conceding 1 goal in 8 league matches to conceding 3 in fewer than 40 minutes at the Meazza. Marcus Thuram. Still going here, Thuram. This is a fabulous run. and it could have easily ricocheted in. Lautaro Martinez, Andrea Cambiaso. This is Weah. Tim Weah seeking out a second! Very nearly had it as well. In Nerazzurri colours. And believe it or not, we're only halfway through what is already the game of the season. At the break, Inter 3, Juventus 2. National sports newspaper this week said that his father Lilian would support Kefren, the younger brother. Lautaro for Di Marco, pushed away. And here's Lautaro Martinez again. Dumfries, Di Gregorio was brave. Zielinski with the set piece. Here's Denzel Dumfries. He snuck it in. And in to score again.
Good ball in by Zielinski here. Not the first touch he would love to have, but somehow Dumfries managed to find the corner, and Di Gregorio can only watch the ball find the net.
His previous goal was to rescue a point at Monza earlier on this season. It is now 4 across club and country. It's he who's withdrawn for Kenan Yildiz. The rule. Di Marco, he's tempted by that. It's a fabulous save from Di Gregorio. On the same tally as Lazio and Atalanta. Di Marco with the set piece. Dumfries tried to meet it. Barella on the volley. And it needed another smart save from Di Gregorio. There was a deflection. Barella already scoring a volley with his left foot at the other end of the ground against Atalanta this season. It's another ball in from Di Marco. There's De Vrij. And De Vrij again. Big chance for him. Di Marco with the ball in. Lautaro Martinez a foot wide. Then they play Venezia after that. But hang on, here's McKennie. Now it's Yildiz who can run at Dumfries. Kenan Yildiz! That's an impact! Juventus are back in the game.
Here, too many interplays out of position. But the ball comes into Yildiz here against Pisek and Dumfries. Again, they're waiting too long. And Yildiz find the net for a tight corner. The ball goes in between Dumfries' legs and no chance for Sommer.
If you're wondering why a 19-year-old wears the prestigious, iconic Juventus number 10 jersey, you've just seen evidence there. In Germany, took him to the local park and taught him how to play using YouTube videos. Bisek with the flick on, Thuram on the turn. They want another corner. No tactical foul from Cambiaso, still Di Marco. Thuram up against Yildiz. Lautaro Martinez. Savona. Yildiz making the run. Yildiz has got there. And he just had to keep it down. Clever ball from Locatelli. Cabal stepping forward. Still Cabal. Here's Cambiaso. Conceição stands it up. It's reached Kenan Yildiz. This is remarkable. He scored twice off the bench.
And now Kenan Yildiz finding a copy of the first goal, keeping the ball low. Dumfries is late. Sommer should have done better, but this is another goal from an astonishing game of football.
Yildiz had just spurred a chance to get his second and Juventus' fourth. He didn't pass up. Yildiz is a rising star. And the game ends at the Meazza. Inter 4, Juventus 4.